Yes, we're doing this again. Yay. Let me just. 1 second. Oh, hold up. Guest.
Hey,
Me love guests. I don't know why I just spoke like that. Anyway, I finally made it to tier 5 of 28 tiers. I'm really torturing myself with this, am I?
I mean, you committed to it.
Yeah, I'm putting my heart, sweat, and tears into doing this whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to get started with our first entry. A Hard Day's Day, a day in the life of a Beatles tribute band. Okay, so this was a Hard Day's Day. Hey, was a short parody film made by 19 made in 2002, but that was created by David Kessler and Quentin Flynn, who played Paul McCartney in this film. And as you can probably tell, as I already said, it's meant to be a parody of the Beatles. The film was, as the subtitle describes, about a day in the life of a Beatles tribute band. And as the title alludes to, it was a parody of the Beatles' own A Hard Day's Night. The idea came to Kessler sometime in 2000 after seeing a Beatles cover band in real life and wondering if they, quote, kept up the accents off stage. He thought the idea was so funny that he talked to a friend about making it into a film, but he agreed it wasn't, quote, weighty enough. In 2000, however, he came into the realization that he could make a short film instead. After coming to that conclusion, he got some friends together after failing to get said cover band on it, and proceeded to make the film. 2 years later, he put the film on iFilm and was met with positive reception overall, becoming one of the highest rated comedy shorts on the site. Despite the positive reception and its multiple LA screenings, little to no footage of the movie had surfaced on the internet. The website that originally hosted the video is dead, and the DVD, which may have not contained the actual video itself, as it was more of a behind-the-scenes DVD, can't be bought anymore, and is therefore incredibly rare. If there were any surprise, however, if any produced at all. However, Quentin Flynn gave a surprise screening during his panel at AFO 2011 and said panel had been put on YouTube in low quality, but a DVD rip and it's been mirrored to the Internet Archive. A Tin Toy Christmas. Oh, looks like Jason. More guests.
Sorry it took me so long. Grace
Yo.
Nah, I'm joking. All right.
Anyway, we're now on to something called a Tin Toy Christmas.
Damn.
Now,
all right.
This was meant to be a proof in concept. This was a canceled Christmas special that was made by Pixar as a proof in concept for them to make feature-length films, because at this time they just made shorts films. Pixar was very close to bankruptcy Pixar was very close to bankruptcy during the making of A Tin Toy Christmas. Some decisions were made, but ultimately the decisions were made, and this film would eventually become what we know as Toy Story. And the only stuff we have are some storyboards. And it's unknown how far in production this special got before it was canceled. And considering that that it was made to get Pixar out of their financial struggles. Nobody at the company was likely super passionate, as it used one of the characters from one of Pixar's earlier shorts. Okay, Abunai sisters Coco and Mika. These were a series of CGI anime shorts created in Japan to promote tabloid celebrities Kyoko and Mika Kano. Starring the two sisters. Single DVD of the show exists, but it's hard to find and expensive due to poor sales, despite offering bonuses such as figurines, discounts, and shoutouts in the credits to the first 500 people to pre-order the DVD. Reports said that it only ever sold 265 copies. And the shows were negatively received due to their poor quality animation and the writing, which mainly consisted of many of the joke lead characters' large things. On July 23rd of 2016, the whole series was uploaded to Nia torrents though the original torrent is missing from the Patsu Nia archive. A mirror of it is available down below. A YouTuber compiled the entire series into one video, but has since been deleted. Action League Now, the series Monster Mashed. Okay, this isn't the only time this will be featured, but so yeah. So Monster Mash is presumed to be the 8th episode of the episode Action League of Action League Now, the series. So the spin-off of from. The episode was found due to the advent of in May of 2021 when it was at the entire show was added to Paramount Plus. After Hours, Why My Mario is Secretly a Dick with a Mustache extended version.
Who could have came up with that?
Okay. After Hours has had slightly different cuts of its episodes in the past, one of which being the best superpower is not what you think episode, which was either censored or not censored, which depending on where you watched, and one of them was this episode. That it was a special extended version that was made only available here on YouTube, but has since been lost to time. It's unknown if anyone may have copied this specific upload while it was still available, and still has it but a fan-made recreation of the missing scenes has been uploaded. An Evening with Stephen Lynch. Stephen Lynch, a musician trapped in the body of a comedian, is a singer, songwriter, actor, and comedian. With multiple best-selling albums to his name, he also originated the role of Robbie Hart in the musical adaptation of The Wedding Singer, which earned him Tony, Drama Desk, and Drama League nominations for acting in 2006. As a follow-up to his 2004 DVD Live at the El Rey and his two successful Comedy Central Presents specials, it was announced in February 2010 that a saunter had been filmed in Portland, most likely around March 16, 2009, at the Aladdin, though the Portland date listed around that time on his website. But the concert film has never been released, and has a slim chance of ever doing so. Anthony Fantano / The Needle Drop prank clips. Anthony Fantana, also going by his moniker The Needle Drop, is an internet critic who specializes in reviewing underground music. He also plays the role of his roommate, Cal Chuchesta, I think I said that correctly, who embodies every negative stereotype about music fans. The video was posted by the Rock It Out blog, which has a close partnership with the Needle Drop, that depicted Anthony as Cal and the blog's host depicting Scott Strapp, the lead singer of the rock band Creed. The video was poorly edited and sequenced for comedic value by Fantano. It used inappropriate music, improperly placed text, terrible special effects, and awkwardly paced humor. Fans have claimed that to have seen several different videos of this nature posted on Fantano's YouTube channel. They contain the same editing style, only reportedly more exaggerated, and were akin to a YouTube poop in some accounts. Fantano would remove the videos in a matter of hours. Aside from the Scott Stapp video, all of Fantano's other prank videos are missing. Fantano has claimed to not know about the existence of these, but allegedly a few fans have gotten him to retract those statements, with him apologizing for the videos, claiming that his stupid roommate made them and uploaded them. Apt pupil. Apt pupil was to plan to be an adaptation of the Stephen King novel of the same name in 1987. The story centers around Todd Bowden, a teenager who realizes that a man who lives in his town is actually a Nazi war criminal named Kurt Descender, and Todd blackmails Descender into telling him the gory details of the Holocaust in exchange for not turning him over to the authorities. Over time, his stories take their toll on Todd, and he eventually turns to murdering homeless men to relive his nightmares. So, good classic Stephen King fashion. Only about 3/4 of the film, which were about 40 minutes, was completed before the production ran out of money and Bridges was forced to abandon it. There was also a lawsuit where the actors had to be stripped during a shower scene, but the lawsuit was determined to be without merit. And yeah, no production material from this has surfaced. Aqua, unreleased recordings. Aqua is a Scandinavian pop group best known for globally for their 1997 super hit Barbie Girl. From 1997 until 2001, they were one of the most famous and recognizable music groups in the world, with singles including Dr. Jones and Turn Back Time were number one hits in many countries. But a reunion in 2007 was less successful. They have quite a few unreleased recordings, which the Lost Media Wiki page on this can explain, but yeah, none of them have turned up online. Around the World with Willie Frog, Japanese dub. Around the World with Willie Frog is a 1983 animated adaptation of Jules Verbe Internationale in Nippon Animation. It was broadcast worldwide and dubbed in multiple languages. In Japan, the show was broadcast on TV Asahi from October 1987 to March 1988. It has remained obscure, but the full show is believed to have been found in August of 2016 and was uploaded to the streaming service Jiao. No, literally, that's how they say it. Barbados Fort to Grenada. Now we're getting into some sports lost media. On January 27th of 1994, the national soccer teams of Barbados and Grenada faced each other in a group stage match of the 1994 Caribbean Cup, a regional tournament for the CONCACAF, or North America's teams in the Caribbean. It's infamous because of the fact that Barbados had intentionally scored an own goal to force extra time in order to exploit a strange rule judging that all tie games would have a winner, and the winning goal in extra time would count double. Barba's unusual strategy worked, and they advanced to the final stage. Only a small fraction of this match can be seen today. Beanball Benny. Beanball Benny is a canceled 1991 beat-em-up/action game developed by Microsmiths and to be published by New Vision Entertainment for the Sega Genesis. It was canceled due to New Vision closing its doors, subsequently canceling this plus two other titles they worked on, The Swamp Thing and Guardian Angel's Safety Patrol. In March of 2010, Beam Pedra from the Digital Press Forum found a prototype of the game, shared some screenshots, and uploaded a video to YouTube. Little else is known about the title, though it was shown at a summer 1991 CES and was also advertised that year, but a prototype has yet to be dumped. Bear in underwear. Okay. This was a failed 12-minute pilot for Amazon Prime Video that premiered on service until September 25th of that year. It was based on a children's book by Todd H. Doodler and produced by Amazon Studios. Most of the pilot has lost, however, 3 short scenes are available on Amazon's YouTube page. The cast included Griffin Burns, Kate Suchi, Catherine Taber, Ben Diskin, Jess Harnell, Brad Gusnick, and Ali Hillis. It's possible someone might have recorded the poet, but the chances of that happening are slim to none. I think. Bernie and the Invisibles recordings. During the early to mid 1970s, a new music scene in Cleveland, Ohio was flourishing. Dubbed claypunk years later by some, this scene includes bands like the Electrics, Mirrors, The Sterns, Rocket from the Tombs, and Per Ubu. Nowadays, thanks to many compilations released by record labels such as Smog Veil, these bands have received acclaim for their ahead-of-its-time scuzzy punk sound and nutzoid noise-making. However, it appears one group, known as Bernie and the Invisibles, slipped through the cracks. Fronted by the charismatic Bernie Jolson, the band received a fair amount of praise, notably from the Pagan lead singer Mike Hudson. Although they recorded an album worth of material in the 1970s, the only track that has ever surfaced is I Don't Know Where I Am, included on the 2002 Smog Veil compilation Pioneers Volume 2. Some other tracks are said to be titled Chinese Church, PCP, Away I Go, and Let's Leave Tonight, and apparently some of these songs were intended to be released as singles, but for unknown reasons never were. It's been rumored that the owner of Smog Veil owns the original recordings, but has yet to release them. Big Al game? Big Al game. To coincide with the release of the program The Ballad of Big Al, which is a spin-off of the Walking with Dinosaurs series, the BBC released an online role-playing game called The Big Al Game. The player would guide a growing Allosaurus, presumably the famous Allosaurus Big Al, through the dangers of the late Jurassic, and learn information about dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals on the way. After 2011, the BBC updated their website with the release of the documentary Planet Dinosaur. With this came the removal of the beloved Big Al game, as well as several other less popular games and programs. It's been replaced by an unrelated game called Planet Dinosaur. At one point, the BBC hosted a similar game called the Evolution Game, following the evolution of primates, and was removed much earlier. In 2018, an online recreation of the game created by UK-based programmer Jennifer Edwards surfaced. And now for the port. After Edwards created the remake, she was contacted by the original designer Alex Freeman, who sent the game's original source code and assets. It was ported onto Unity and can be played on browser or downloaded. Oh. Well, guess we'll end it there. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.